Здравствуйте, наши будущие слушатели, дамы и господа. Сегодня у нас с вами занятие по английскому языку вместе с представителями людей из 3 континентов. Это Алена Коваленко, Denise Hodgson, я надеюсь, опять правильно читаю, да, и Джанели Передес. Если полностью Джанели Передес Чайна, Xiaomi и тому подобное. Поэтому просим прощения за небольшую задержку. Если будут желающие подключиться в сам Zoom, то ссылка висит в описании трансляции и есть в чате трансляции. Сегодня все остальное я отдаю слова нашим замечательным преподавателям. Думаю, сегодняшнее общение их между собой поможет вам понять нечто большее об английском языке. Если что, мы находимся здесь, к нам в любой момент можно обратиться. Спасибо большое.
Okay, hello to everyone. So I guess it's time to start. I'm happy to see Jenny one more time again, and I hope that some new students also can listen to us. So Jenny, how are you today?
I'm very good. I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm a bit exhausted. I had a pretty difficult day, but everything is okay. As you can say, I'm smiling.
Don't give up. Keep going.
Yeah, everything will be fine. I don't mind about it, yeah. Okay, Denise, how are you today?
It's been raining today in Melbourne, so just being inside while it rains is very relaxing.
Wow.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss this topic of sounding like a native, which came from someone's coming.
Yeah.
Which we got from the last presentation. So in the last presentation, generally you said that you think it's important to sound like a native.
Yes, to me it is.
Okay, so today we have some tips maybe for you to sound like a native. Did someone
we have Yana. Yeah, Yana is here. Hello, Yana. Can you hear us? Yana? Oh, that is. Hello, Yana. How are you today? Yana, how are you today?
Hi, thank you.
Good, nice. So yeah.
Good, nice to see you, Yana. So before we start, okay, I can't use my keyboard. That's okay. Before we start, let's do some voice warm-ups, okay? Because your voice is a very important instrument, and we need to make sure that it stays nice and warm, you know, get it moving, feel the things happening down here in the airstream. So what we need to do is take a really deep breath in. Let's do it together. Don't breathe. When you breathe out, you need to say all the vowels. A-I-O. Ready, right? Let's do it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Oh, very good. Yana, I didn't hear you. Okay, let's do it again. Everybody that can speak Russian. Let's go.
You also can speak.
Wow, beautiful. Dobro, привет. Okay, let's try another one. This one, we're going to try to breathe out some consonants. It's a little bit more difficult. We can see that we have PB, but instead of saying pa, we're going to put an A after it. So pa ba, pa ba, pa ba. Are you ready? The same thing, breathe in. And papa, papa, papa,
Papa,
papa,
papa, papa, papa, papa, papa.
but with force. I want to feel a little bit of movement here in your voice box. Let's try it again. Everyone together. Breathe in and out. Papa, 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 papa. Oh, very good. Let's try it again. A little bit more difficult with M N M N M N M N. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. M N M N M N M N M N M N.
M N M N M N M
Difficult actually.
Kind of different.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult.
Well,
let's
the most difficult.
Yeah, let's try to mix it up. Maybe we're going to combine PBMN, PBMN, but in one solid breath. Are you ready? Let's breathe in. Breathe out. PBMN, 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 PBMN.
Can I ask a question? I got confused. Is it A or PB? We have A or PB? I got confused.
Oh, you're right. I did this myself, didn't I? No, Paba. Let's do pa. Paba mana, Paba mana, Paba mana, Paba mana, Paba mana.
Papa, mama, papa, mama, papa, mama.
Oh, very good.
Papa, mama, papa, mama.
It's true. It's true. Okay, it sounds like mom and dad a little bit. Good. Okay, how's your voice feeling? Do you feel relaxed? Okay, good. Let's try this one.
Do you know what is a tongue twister?
Yeah.
Do you know what is a tongue twister?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, do you know what is a tongue?
Speak faster. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, speak fast. Yeah, it's like in Russian. Sasha шла, Саша по шоссе и сосала сушку. And the same there in English. Like, but it's not like English tongue twister, so it would be like, sorry, it's not Russian tongue twister, it will be English tongue twister. And we also can use them for improving our pronunciation. So it's also nice. So the first time we are not going to do it pretty fast as a real tongue twister. So we are going to do it pretty slowly and pronounce all sounds. But without any extra stress, not like Peter, Pepper, picked a bag of pickled peppers. Not like with really Russian accent. No. We're going to try it like Peter, Pepper, picked a bag of picked peppers.
Pickled peppers.
Yeah, like
oh, that was fast.
Yeah, for Yana, Yana said like so fast. Peter,
maybe we can try it slowly first. Okay, let's say it together. Peter. Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
Pickled peppers.
Okay, good. Now who? Maybe Alina, you should do it. Let's hear you say this one a little bit faster.
I'm better. It's just from the teacher. Actually, I've got one question. So, because I know that when I was a student, I was taught to say like Peter, Pepper, not like Piper. So whether it's Pepper or Piper.
It might depend on where you are from.
Because here it looks like it's all the sounds. I guess it's mostly on the sounds like E and E and P.
Probably.
Like Peter, Pepper picked a pack of pickled peppers. A pack of pickled peppers Peter, Pepper picked. If Peter, Pepper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where is the pack of pickled peppers Peter, Pepper picked? Oh, actually I can't see it. Yeah, picked. It was a question. So where's the pack of pickled peppers Peter, Pepper picked?
Oh, it's good. Oh. Okay. I have to say, maybe the pronunciation of this one, it could be Pepper, it could be Piper. it probably depends on your dialect variation for this one. So that's a kind of interesting. Okay, good. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's go. Who wants to try? Yana. You did it so quickly before.
Papa picked a bag of pickled peppers. A bag of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. If Peter Piper picked a bag of pickled peppers, where is the bag of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Well done. Well done. Did you learn it at school?
I have heard this tongue twister in the camp.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nice.
good. Well, what about this one? Yeah, let's try this one. Maybe we can look at it a little bit slowly just to check all the words. So probably be how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Woodchuck, I'm not sure what it is. Honestly, I think it could be a machine. It could be an animal. But I'm not sure, but I think that you probably know this verb, chuck.
So do
But
you know
let's
the noun
just-
woodchuck? Bobber. It's an animal.
Yeah,
So it-
I googled it and it is an animal.
Yes, it's not an animal. In Russian, it will be bobber in English. So yeah, it likes to eat wood. Can build a house near the river or any other place.
Oh, like a beaver?
Actually, we have
Yes,
here.
yes.
Oh, so cute. Okay, wow. Yeah, we don't have this in my country, only crocodiles and snakes. And kangaroos.
And spiders also.
Generally, do you want to try this one?
Yes, I'm going to try, but I think I'm going to do the most slow. I'm going to do this so slowly. Okay.
It's good to start slow.
Okay, first slow. Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck as much as he would, as much as he could, and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Okay, it is difficult.
Nice, well done.
Wow, that was pretty good, actually.
It's not faster. It should be.
I also can say it fast. It's pretty difficult for me to say it fast. Yana, can you read it fast?
She can.
Okay, I will try. How much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would chuck the wood as much as he could and chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Wow.
Nice.
Yana, I think maybe you should have a future in rap music.
Denise, you should also try it. Don't change the
I
slide.
didn't go to music school.
Yeah, let me see if I can possibly do it. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Ah, it's too difficult for me.
Yeah, but this actually tongue twister is more about sounds like ooh and like ooh. Ooh and wah. Because W we don't pronounce like v, not like this one. V, it's different. So we'll say like woodchuck. There.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
How
And
much woodchuck. And do you know the tongue twister like she sells shells on the seashore? I guess Yana should know it for sure.
she sells
She sells shells. Ah, yeah,
by
seashells.
the seashore.
The shells that she sells.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Yeah, by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. It's like long sounds. Okay, nice. What is next?
Good.
We're going
Wait,
close to our
Jana, this one is for you. Maybe you can try this. Can you say red lorry, yellow lorry 3 times quickly? Even I can't do it.
I will try. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Nice. Okay, faster, Jana. 3 times faster.
Red lorry, yellow. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Nice, good.
Pretty
well done.
good. Generally, do you want to try it? It's really difficult, this one.
I imagine it is difficult. I can try. Okay. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. It is difficult.
Alena, can you do this one?
Let's try. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Faster.
No, I can't. 1, 2, 3. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
That's pretty good.
So you deleted it.
Sorry. It's very difficult for me as well, so don't worry about that. So, maybe you can tell that today we've been using our voice. Well, also other things, right? The articulators in your face and inside your mouth, but not just your mouth, also in your nose, in your larynx, in your lungs. But we're talking mostly today about the voice because it is very powerful. We can use our voice to change anything to make it more impressive. And also, if we want to sound more like what we think is a native speaker. Because if you have a flat monotone voice, you're going to sound very boring. And you're not going to sound like an English speaker. Because English speakers speak up and down like a roller coaster all the time, up and down. So we can think about how we use our voice and also different elements outside of our voice that will help us to be more successful speakers of language. Okay, let's start. Alena, do you want to talk about word stress intonation?
I guess that the girl now are reading.
Maybe too much information on my slides.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, word stress intonation is pretty important, especially like for Russian people mostly, because when even when we are speaking Russian, so we would put stress on each of the words in each of the in each of the sentences. But speaking about English, so we won't put any stress on each word. So we will put only on one word, which has the main meaning in the sentence. And like even as you can see here from the example, how would you read this question? Generally.
Do you want to come to the party?
And what does it mean? Like, do you want to come to the party?
Because the most important is that person wants or not. So we should put the stress intonation on that word.
Yeah, sure. Like, do you want to come to the party? It's like sometimes, at least like some of my students, they would say like, and actually they even won't put straight, they would just say, do you want to come to my party? And like, is it a question or not? But when they have just a sentence, they would say, for example, I live in a house, and it seems like it's a question, so they're not very sure, so it's a bit different. So it's more actually about intonation, it's not about word stress. Okay, nice.
Good. Yeah, so with this one, we could even imagine that maybe if we stress want, do you want to come to the party? We probably suspect that the person maybe doesn't want to go, or maybe they're not so sure about if they want to go. But of course, when we have a full, this has word stress, so when we're focusing on one word, but like Alena mentioned, we can have multiple words in one part, in one sentence as well. That would be important. So if we listen to this sentence completely and we don't extra stress this one word, it will sound like, do you want to come to the party? So we can hear that actually there are multiple words that sound stronger. That's why it sounds a little bit like a roller coaster. Do you want to come to the party? And this part becomes a little bit less important. And just like was mentioned as well about the intonation, do you want to come to the party? It's probably gonna go down a little bit and then back up as well when we ask this question, do you want to come to the party? That actually depends on the type of English you speak, if it goes up or down, but let's say it does both. Okay, let's have a look at some different sentences. Going back to word stress, I hope I didn't confuse you with sentence stress. So if we go back to word stress, we can see the same sentence 7 different times, and it's going to have a different meaning every single time that we say it. So let's have a look at the first sentence. It's the same sentence every time. What do you think this sentence could mean if we stress the very first word in the sentence, the pronoun I? I didn't say he stole the money.
Reading again.
But I didn't do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. First, maybe we should see the sentence normally. Okay, so if we look at the sentence normally with nothing stressed, it would just sound like, I didn't say he stole the money. But if we choose a different word to emphasize, the sentence will have a different meaning. For example, the first one, I didn't say he stole the money. Yeah, it wasn't me that said it. I didn't say that. No, it was Yana. Not me. What about this one? I didn't say he stole the money.
You say that he really didn't do it.
Yeah, maybe in a more honest way. Maybe the first one is like, I'm trying to say it was a different person, but in the second one's kind of innocent. No, I didn't say that. I swear. Good. It's kind of like affirming now. What about this one? I didn't say he stole the money.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, it kind of sounds sarcastic, or maybe they want to say, yes, I said it, but a little bit indirectly. So I can't get in trouble. It wasn't me. I suggested it. We can compare those as well. We still have a few other possibilities. Oh, we're missing I here. Okay, I didn't say he stole the money.
Maybe someone else stole the money, but not he.
Yeah. I still think somebody stole the money, but not him. Or we have this version as well. I didn't say he stole the money.
About what the person did or not.
Yeah. if they really stole the money. Maybe they borrowed it.
And it's going to return the money.
Yeah. That's good. What about this one? I didn't say he stole the money.
Concrete money. Concrete money.
Yeah, good. When we use the before a noun like that, it's definitely to signify that it's a specific, very concrete idea of how much money or whose money or where that money came from. So he might have stolen some money, but not this. Let's look at the last one. I didn't say he stole the money.
Another thing.
Maybe he took samples. He or she took something else.
Yeah, precisely. Who knows? What else?
A bag.
Good. Maybe a person's bag, not the actual, a way to not say that they took the money from inside. Okay, so we can see from this that word stress can change the meaning. Of course, this is really dramatic as well. This is what we really want to push our idea. It's a little bit strange if every sentence you say has one word that you emphasize. It's a little bit weird. Okay. But be careful when you stress words. Why? Why do we need to be careful?
I do think so.
Maybe because of the meaning, the time, maybe present or past.
Yeah, also. Good. Jana, what's your idea?
Could be a verb or a noun too.
Yeah, we have the difference between verbs and nouns.
Good. So if we put stress, if we're stressing something, we need to make sure we maintain the integrity of the word. Otherwise, we're going to change it. For example, here in this sentence, we have a normal sentence. I want to buy a record. Do you know what a record is?
For example, to make a video or
something that is record, not.
My name is Tokyo. But when the story began,
the House of Paper. Okay, so yeah, that will be when we have it in the verb form. When we record something, we want to capture something, maybe music, maybe a video, but the noun form, record, actually it's a kind of old object. We don't really have them anymore. Well, we do have them.
Or the black
Like
one.
a big black,
like a big CD from many years ago.
Yeah, like a giant CD that you put on and it plays. This looks like a donut, but it's a record. So what happens if I have this word here in this sentence? I want to have the subject, we have the verb, and then here we have it in the noun form. But if I'm stressing this word, I really want this record, right? So I say, I want to buy a record. It's going to be bad because actually I need to, even though I'm stressing the word, I need to maintain the stress on the second syllable because it's the noun form. I want to buy a record. This is wrong. Sorry, I just noticed that this is wrong in the PowerPoint because we have the same thing twice. That's probably, if you got confused, the stress should be in the first syllable. I want to buy a record, not a record. Is it clear or did I confuse you? Alena, do you have another good example?
I have a nice example, actually, even from my personal experience. So
Oh, good.
I usually use contrast as a noun, and actually I had some students who need to prepare for the state exam, English state exam. And of course, they were taught to say like that, I would like to contrast and compare these two pictures. And in my mind, it was like just contrast as a noun, actually, not as a verb. And I said like just contrast. So you would like to contrast, not contrast. And after checking the dictionary, yeah, I found out that I was confused actually. And I said, of course, I said sorry as usual, not like as usual, but yeah, just like I said sorry. And they said like, yeah, actually, it's correct to say. So I would like to contrast, because still it's different. That's like I would like to make a contrast between two things, for example. So I would say that word stress is for sure the most important part. But even like if you don't know or if you're unsure how to pronounce the specific word, you can always check. At least not in Google Translator. It's not a bad idea. Oh, it's not a good idea. It's better to check it at least like at the Cambridge Dictionary. Because even sometimes the same words can have this like different pronunciation in American and British English.
That's true. And if you check in the dictionary, you can tell where the stress is by a little line.
Yeah.
So if we have one line here and then a little dot between the two syllables, we know there's going to be contrast, which is what, the verb or the noun?
Noun.
Good.
Noun, yeah.
Of course, that can be another lecture looking at dictionaries, but we'll leave it at that. Let's think about, so your voice, we call it a paralinguistic feature. You don't need to know that terminology. That's very unnecessary. But it means that it's not words. So when we have linguistic features, we're thinking about words, but our voice is outside of words. What are other things that we use to communicate that are not words?
Our movements.
Oh, good.
Yes, good.
What type? With the body or with the hands?
About communication, principle
Yeah.
with our face. And yes, we could be our hands.
Okay, facial
in the second
expression.
position.
Facial expression.
Facial
Yeah.
expression.
Feelings.
Feelings. Actually, it's a nice idea. Feelings, attitude. Yeah, you can speak like, okay, I like chocolate. Where are your feelings? Where do you show this? I like chocolate. Please give me more. Just like I love chocolate. It's like sometimes I what's your favorite color? I like blue. Seems like you're dying a little because I don't like this color at all.
So again, maybe like with the voice, showing if we like, where we can show our feelings with voice, with the facial expression.
Yeah.
You say kind of loud or quiet. If we feel sad, we start to speak a bit quiet. Like, oh, I like chocolate.
Yeah, like when I'm shy, just like, How about, for example, this one? So would you speak a person who would do like this, who would cross his or her hands? And without, of course, without any smiling, just like, yesterday.
I would be kind of worried if I want to ask something or not.
Yes, it's true. So here it's like, it's about movement, but we have also another word. So it's also called body language. So it's more about body language, about our gestures, how we behave, how we use them.
Good. So we could also add in body language.
Body.
Body language. Just my favorite language. Whoops. Put that there. So,
I can see it. I have a lot of students actually who usually speak with me like, okay, so we're going to speak about the restaurant, for example. I would speak like, okay, looking at me, I'm looking at you, so that we can have a trust. My students will speak like, I would like to tell you about my favorite restaurant. I usually go there twice a week. I really like fish and meat, and say like, hello, I'm here. And they usually say like, we are so scared because you're going to judge us.
Oh,
So actually, eye contact is pretty important about the judgment, just because like usually they're preparing for the exams, for the international exams, where eye contact is actually a useful skill. But they are scared just to look even at the examiner or the teacher because they're not so sure about their vocabulary or something like this. So that's why it's like, just be confident, relax, look at the person. Still, it's easier to speak with the person rather than to speak with the table or with the wall. So just like, you can look at the person will smile and you'll understand, okay, I'm doing the right thing, so everything is okay. Not just like, okay, hello table, I'm here, and so on.
yeah, definitely. I agree. So some of these things are a bit culture-based. I mean, Alena, why do you think that your students don't look at you in the eye?
Because they're already stressed. Because like most of them, they used to speak only with the tables or with the walls. Because even if I'm giving the presentation, for me it's easier to look at the wall because I will be concentrated, and it means that I'm not going to pay any attention to other people who are looking at me, and especially if they are not so happy, and I will just feel, oh my gosh, what's going on? So yeah, that's why most of them, they just prefer to look somewhere but not at me. And also, yeah, I guess it's also a cultural thing, actually, unfortunately.
It could be cultural, but yeah, what do you think, girls? Or Yana, maybe what do you think in Russia? Do you think it's normal to make eye contact, direct eye contact with people when you speak to them?
I think it's normal, not only in my country, but in all. When person looks in your eyes, you know that he listens to you, that he understands you, that he's interested in talking.
Do you agree, generally?
I can say that it depends on the personality. Sometimes we used to be shy.
Yeah.
A lot of moments I'm shy too when I meet new people too. Even I have experience teaching, but sometimes I feel shy and I can't have this eye contact. But I'm trying. I think that situation happens in every country. It doesn't depend on the culture.
Maybe, Alena, what do you think in China? Because you've been living in China.
I was more Chinese people are actually, they're very nice, and usually, yeah, they will look at you. Even the kids, they usually just look at you with open eyes and just like, please teach us, you want to learn something. So yeah, they're not going to be, no, some of them, yeah, of course, like just because they're kids and we're still old people, so some of them, of course, they will be shy and they're not going to look at you. But it mostly depends also on the person.
There are some countries that don't really like making direct eye contact. They do think it is a little bit rude. For example, in Japan, in some situations, maybe we shouldn't be making direct eye contact with people. But not all the time, kind of depends maybe on the situation or how old you are as well, what position you have.
Yeah, I guess here it's like, it's a little fringe between like staring at the person, just staring at you and just listen to you, or just look at you sometimes. Because still, like, I would say that most of the countries, they will just like look at you like for 1 second, and after that they will look somewhere else, not like at you, because it's easy to concentrate, really. I used to do the same.
Actually, in Australia, people don't like looking in your eyes for a long time. You can count to 3. Okay, I'm looking at you. 1, 2, 3. I have to look somewhere else. Yeah, we don't like to maintain. We like to have eye contact, but it's too uncomfortable if it's a long time. It can seem a bit aggressive, maybe. What about this? Well, Alena talked about this before, but what do you think? If you go to your class and you sit like this in front of the teacher, I don't know if you can see. What do you think? Will your teacher be happy or not?
He won't be happy.
True.
He will wait
Right.
for something we did or homework we didn't do. Where is the homework?
Oh, yeah, okay. So that could be the
Maybe
position of the
that's
teacher, like a little bit angry.
Yeah.
Good.
Or like kind of, I don't have a mood to speak with you. So
Mm-hmm.
please don't ask me anything.
Yep, goodbye. No, no thanks. What about this one in the bottom? It's kind of interesting. We have a lot of different things, but we talked about this before. Gestures, different signs you can do with your hands. Is it normal for you to gesture?
For me, yes, it is informal, if I'm not mistaken. With friends, see, have peace, something like that, really good, or rock and roll. And this one, I don't know, I'm gonna kill you, I don't know, or this is perfect.
I guess it
What is
depends
it?
on the culture.
Yeah.
Because you know, like even
Pointing.
Korean people, they like to do this one. It shows
Oh,
love.
love. It
This
is a
one shows
heart,
love.
yes? It is a heart.
Saturday.
Yeah. So it's love. And the same as like Japanese or Chinese people, I'm not sure. I guess it's Japanese mostly, so they like to do like this. Like happy. Yeah. So you can see in a lot of photos, they would do like put fingers here, like on the cheeks, and they do like, hey, smile. Because I used to have
In
Japanese.
Korean too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now Chinese people actually, they're keen on this stuff mostly. So because all my Chinese teachers, they do like, okay, smile.
I saw a
Okay.
lot of pictures recently in the last month for this. I didn't know, and then I realized it is a heart. It is?
Yeah. It's like shows love. The same as like Chinese people, they like to do like this. Heart, I love you.
And I do not know what is it. Like,
This one.
Yeah, it
Hand
can be
it
like-
could be.
kick off.
Yeah.
It
And
could be.
also
Here
in
we use it like
Australia,
for surf culture. Hang 10. You could do it down at the beach. Do you see someone with a surfboard? Yeah, hang 10.
And for you girls, what does it mean? Because in some countries it has a bad meaning and a good meaning. To me, it's okay, good, on point. You're right.
Me too.
For you too?
Yeah, for Russia, yeah, it's the same. It's okay.
Okay. It's good to know.
For me, it's better than okay. It means it's really good. Like if you eat a really good meal, you could say
Oh, so I can say good
amazing.
and really good, amazing, awesome.
Yeah, this is in maybe where I'm from specifically. Okay, good. What about this one? When you meet someone, do you think you have a good impression if you shake hands with them?
Oh, being so formal. Yes, it is a good impression. To me, it is.
It is a good way to make friends or to make a relationship with a partner.
Friends at a party, shake hands?
I would say that for Russian culture, mostly like men would shake hands. For girls, it would be more about kissing. It used to be like for girls, like 3 times, so you can kiss another girl like 3 times, just like in the cheek. But now it's different. I guess it's mostly like if you're pretty close, so you can give a kiss to each other. But the shaking hands mostly about men.
Do you agree, Jana? Do you kiss your friends when you see them?
To tell the truth, I do not kiss my friends. We just hug.
Yeah, all like this, yeah.
Okay. But of course, in Peru, you need to kiss people.
In Peru? Yes, you know what happened with me? In my country, I used to kiss every time when I meet someone. But because of the Russian culture here, when I arrived, I realized that you don't kiss each other when a person that you meet the first time. So I stopped doing that, and now I don't kiss anymore to anyone. It's just to say like a hug. I lost that that thing. I need to remind.
And kiss yourself in the mirror every day. Oh, good morning.
Yeah, could be.
This one, I don't know. I think it's okay. It's the same in every culture. What do you think? If we roll our eyes upward, good or bad?
It's like,
It means, oh my God.
Oh my God.
so it means like, are you serious, really? Or something like that.
Could be. I say here it's a little bit rude. You do it when you show someone that you really don't like what they're saying.
Well, to me it's not rude, but it's not good. It's not so polite.
Okay, that's unexpected. That's good. I learned something new myself. So, of course, to conclude, what we're saying is we can use different features such as these, and that's going to help you also communicate in a better way. Okay, I wanted to share something with you quickly. I don't know if you've seen, there's a TED Talk by a woman called Amy Cuddy. Sounds like a tongue twister. Amy Cuddy. And it's about power poses. Can you imagine what a power pose would be if you look at this picture?
Like, it transmits to me like she's the boss in that office. And she's having a break. Having a break, being relaxed. So wait for me and then we'll continue to work. Something like that.
Yeah. Excellent. No, that's totally it. So in this talk, which I really recommend, we can send it to you later, by Amy Cuddy, she talks about power posing to make you feel more confident, where you just take up a lot of space. You could raise your arms up, you could stretch up really big, lay out on the desk if you want to. And if you do this before a stressful situation or before a situation where you feel, okay, I need to be confident, like meeting new people maybe in English, doing that will help you feel more confident. Try it now, lean back, take up some space.
No, it's also okay. I'm pretty fine because I'm not sitting, I'm not sitting on the chair, I'm sitting on the sofa.
So you won't be as confident as me and as Jane and as Jana. We're going to be the most confident people. Okay. Oh, my picture. Let's have a look. We don't have too much time. I think we have 5 minutes. Let's think.
10.
Language.
10. We started a bit later.
Okay. What about this idea? Language is an aspect of culture. Do you agree or do you disagree? But we want to know why. Alena, what do you think? We have a good example.
Can you repeat the question, maybe, please?
Sure. So do you think, or do you agree with this statement that language is an aspect of culture?
Of course, I agree with this statement. Because there are different aspects of culture and language is one of them. So still it's pretty important because if language won't be, actually no, if language hadn't been the aspect of any culture, so we would have only one language around the world and we would speak only one language. But just because every culture and every country is unique, so we have so many different languages, even which are even some of them are extinct already or they're dead languages, but people still trying to find the ways how to renew them again and just use them in everyday life. And also, actually, it's not about the topic, sorry, but it's not about the topic, but I read an article about whistling language in one country, like in La Gomera. So people use whistle as a language.
Wow.
Whistle,
yeah. Whistle.
I can't whistle even.
Like whistle, yeah. If you can try, so in La Gomera they use it as an official language. So it's also was pretty interesting.
I didn't know that. Okay, that is very interesting.
Just like from the preparation course to IELTS.
It must be a difficult language, I think, to speak, because I'm also not very good at listening. Jana, do you want to comment? Do you agree? Do you have any different ideas about this?
I agree with this sentence, because people travel to learn customs, traditions, to learn history of the country. Some tourists travel to brush their language or to learn it. Of course, it is an aspect of culture, because every language has its own dialect, its own pronunciation, and mix of words.
Yeah, I agree. Like my language, actually, it's a dialect too. No, it's a specific variety of English, but it's not one English. It's a specific type. Generally, what do you think? Do you agree?
Yes, I am. Because if we want to understand a culture, first of all, we have to learn that language. Only with that we can understand the way they think, the way they act, and why they are doing some things. Yes, I am agree.
Wow. So we have to spend our lives learning different languages so that we can know different cultures.
If we are interested in it.
Okay, yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult though, isn't it, to learn every language that's possible. So maybe we can just learn some important things. This isn't really a reflection of different cultures, but like I say, in you know, when we talk about the language English, it isn't one language. It is one language, but there are many different varieties of it. So we can even see some small differences between common varieties of English, but there are so many more. Here we have some comparisons between Australia and the USA, as well as the United Kingdom, of words that are completely different. Well, two are about the same, because I wasn't sure actually. And that's something that could be interesting. I think maybe it was interesting for Alena, because she's lived in a lot of different countries that speak English
but I didn't live in the
ways.
United States and the United Kingdom.
Well, maybe you can tell us if it's the same in Ireland or the same in New Zealand.
Yeah, like I guess that New Zealand is pretty the same to Australia. But actually Australia, United Kingdom, Canada, and Ireland, so they're all British colonies. So their English is pretty the same. So it's more maybe about dialects and accents, but like the vocabulary is pretty different.
In New Zealand, do they say lollies?
Yeah, that's sweet. I guess like in any country, you still can hear like lollies, sweets, candies.
No. All of my friends that come from the United States, they don't say lollies. They think it's very strange. They only say candy.
Yeah, you know, it was a kind of example. So usually in Russian, we would say like TV serial. If you're speaking about Money Heist, How I Met Your Mother, and so on. So we would just translate as TV serial, but TV serial has a different meaning. And usually I try to explain that we would call it in English like TV series or TV shows. Because especially once I was in Australia, so I tried to say like, okay, oh look, I like this TV serial. And my homestay father, he was looking at me, he went to the fridge, he opened it, and he found a package of cereals to eat. And he said, like, do you mean this one? Yeah, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I don't mind why. But yeah, he just found it. So like, do you like this one? I said, no. I like How I Met Your Mother. And he said like, oh, it's a TV show. And one of my students, she was speaking with her American friend, and she said like him that, oh, you know, I'm watching Money Heist, and it's pretty interesting TV show. And her American friend said like, no, you can't say like this. We don't say it. We would say TV series. And I was just like, okay. So it's just like in different countries, they would say completely differently. But for TV serial, if I'm correct, at least like what I found out, so it would be like soap operas, mostly. that every week you're going to have new episodes about the same show and so on?
Well, this is the point, isn't it? Right? So we can have different words, but if people understand, then it's not a problem. The only time is if people that it's a problem is if it's really too different. Like if I say Shazawaz, no one will know what I'm talking about because it's not a real word. I just invented it. But if I say lollies or thongs, most people can understand what I'm talking about. Maybe. Actually, there's a really nice example from New Zealand English that I love. In New Zealand, they say chili bin. Did you hear this, Alina?
Chili bean, no.
Chili bin, probably pronounced chili bin, which in Australia we call it an esky. And in other countries they call it an icebox.
Icebox.
Yes, I don't know if you know what this is. It's a small item that you can use to carry things like beer or cold items. It's kind of small and it's portable. Not a freezer.
It used to be color white, or not?
Yeah, usually for picnics or barbecues, like a very small portable box. Anyway, let's move on. Let's conclude. So just remember what we've been sort of trying to say is that speaking like a native doesn't mean speaking exactly the same way as one type of English. You don't have to speak perfect Australian English. You don't have to speak perfect North American English or perfect Irish English. Doesn't really matter. It just matters if you can communicate well with other people, which sometimes means not even speaking. It means using your voice. It means using your gestures, your face, your posture. That's the important thing. I don't know if you agree. You might disagree, but it's not that important to sound exactly like a native speaker. Because even some native speakers from the same country are going to sound very, very different from each other.
So do you agree or not? So yeah, maybe girls want to say something. Why not?
Yeah, please, girls.
If we are agree or not?
Yeah, whether you agree or not, yeah.
Okay. For sure, I respect your opinion, of course. But I still think that I have to speak like a native speaker. But it depends on where I'm going to work or live, because there are a lot of dialects. How's the pronunciation?
Dialects.
So it depends on the place I'm going. But that's my position. That still didn't change.
But what if you go to Australia, then you have to speak perfect Australian English, but then you get a new job in South Africa, you have to learn South African pronunciation, then you move to Canada and you have to learn Canadian.
I guess that here you can just decide first of all, so what kind of English you like and how you would like to sound.
From the USA. So first of all, I'm starting with that, but it depends on what is going to happen with my future. I still don't know. Maybe my idea will change and I'm going to be agree as you are, but let's see.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, now what do you think?
I agree with Janelle, but well, I plan to attend language English faculty in FIFU, and maybe I will try to make perfect pronunciation without Russian accent.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a good start, yeah. But yeah, as I said before, it's better to decide what kind of language you like, because, for example, all my life I had only British accent. because all my teachers were from Great Britain or they had British accents, so they didn't know how to say it in American way. So that's why for me it's easier to speak British English. But even now my friends would say that, oh, you know, you sound like Australian one. But, okay, really? And this, I don't know. There are some people just who say to me, I don't know how it works. I would say that I have my own accent and I'm really fine with it.
Yeah, I love hearing people with different accents. Maybe it's just me, but I think it's more important to speak in a way that's good for communicating and with your own accent instead of trying so hard to control your mouth so that you speak. This is, yeah, we can agree to disagree with that one.
And actually just one more thing, so sorry, please. So it's still like you can learn, like you can sound perfectly as a native, but still if you're going to live in a different country, you're still going to learn their accent and you will still sound differently. So it's like you can learn American English or you can learn British English, but if you go to Australia, after some time you're going to sound like an Australian. If you go to New Zealand, it's the same. So yeah, it also depends on time.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's why it's okay. I don't like. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, Denise. I just wanted to say it.
No, that's fine. Would you like to conclude?
I would say it, I guess, in Russian also. So you can finish it.
Okay, I just want to leave you with this idea that it's maybe you think it's a little bit silly, but I think it's really cute. Everyone smiles in the same language. So if you sound like a native, if you don't sound like a native, if you can't speak the language at all,
smile.
That's all. Thank you so much, girls, for attending. Thank you for participating. And now I'll leave it to Alena to wrap up in Russian.
Yeah, I will try to speak in Russian, actually. Да, это уже, кстати, конец нашей сессии. Всем спасибо за то, что нас посетили, послушали. Спасибо за разговор. Было приятно увидеть все те же самые лица с прошлой лекции. Хотелось бы, конечно, еще надеяться, что, может быть, в будущем мы увидим еще новые лица. Но в любом случае, девочки, мы вам безумно рады, то, что вы нас посетили, то, что вы с нами поговорили. Надеюсь, что вы хоть что-нибудь узнали новенькое. И, Егор, я передаю слово тебе. Есть здесь кто-нибудь?
Да. Спасибо большое. Я наблюдал за всем вашим процессом. Не могу сказать, что я все понимал, но тем не менее. Думаю, что отзывы на самом деле в прошлый раз были очень хорошими, поэтому надеюсь, что наши встречи будут продолжаться, некоторые ошибки будут исправляться, и количество людей будет увеличиваться. Спасибо большое всем, кто участвовал, всех национальностей и языков. Пожалуй, напутственное слово, мы будем заканчивать тогда процесс.
Всем пока,
можем помахать ручками.
You can say bye, Denise.
Oh, wait, girls, let's take a photo. Can I take a photo?
Yes.
Yes, sure.
I think you like this. Remember, you can do your pose if you want.
Фотка на память, да?
Thank you.
Всем пока, спасибо.
Пока,
Did I do that?